DTR efforts have been extraordinarily catalytic. Our lab wasn't even working on desmoid tumors a number of years ago. The DTRF made an initial catalytic investment to try to find therapeutic targets of desmoid tumor that led to a multi-year campaign, and we now have what we think of as clinical trial ready concepts. None of that would have happened if not for the DTRF's initial funding and also of welcoming a non-desmoid tumor research lab into their community, which was ours.
Thanks, Jesse. Um, Feel free to pass on this one if you need to, but I think you'll be able to speak to it. What do you want patients to know about how this research has tangibly changed outcomes for them? So this is the translational part of the work that you're doing.
Yeah, changing clinical outcomes takes some time, but what's really exciting about this work is that it's really putting patients first. We've created a national mechanism for patients to donate tissue to an open source research project to make research materials, cell models that grow in dishes. That was not something that patients everywhere had the opportunity to do before this project. And we've used those materials really respectfully, we believe, to develop therapeutic hypotheses. And we are soon in the next couple of years going into clinical testing. So it's been I think, a virtuous cycle of patients voting where they wanted their material, their patient material to go, researchers wanting to work very hard to develop therapeutic ideas, and then very soon those therapeutic ideas will come back to benefit patients. So it always takes longer than you would like, but it's exciting that DTRF has been a flywheel that has really accelerated this whole thing.
Thank you. And we all keep moving it forward together. What feels different about this moment in desmoid research compared to even 5 to 10 years ago?
Yeah, this is definitively the moment where we're going to shift from thinking about desmoid tumors as a uncurable entity to the beginning of an entity that we can completely address with real cures. And that's because of the advancements in understanding the biology of the disease related to this beta-catenin pathway, which is the central node in the disease, the development of, for the first time, new drugs against this central pathway, which are showing incredible clinical progress. It'll take some time to make the perfect drugs evaluated in the perfect combinations, but we have with these new beta-catenin drugs just an extraordinary foothold that we never had before. And I've witnessed in multiple other malignancies and pre-malignancies the tipping point before which you said the disease wasn't treatable to after which, of course, everyone knew that the disease was treatable and you were on a glide path towards addressing it. And I'm quite confident that we're right about at this tipping point for this disease. So there's a lot more work to do. It's going to take more time, but this is the moment and this is the time, I think, to support DTRF and to join the community.
Thanks, Jesse. Can you speak to one opportunity that may be within reach right now that funding could help more fully realize, whether it's a particular project or part of the work that you're doing in your lab?
Yeah, I think for the first time, these new beta-catenin drugs are working. They're probably not going to work forever, permanently for all patients. So we really need to understand what are the molecular cues that lead some tumors to respond and some to respond less well. When tumors become resistant, if they do, we need to understand the mechanisms of resistance so we can design combinations to prevent those mechanisms of resistance. We've uncovered one new therapeutic idea in our lab that, again, has come from many years of DTRF funding related to a new cell signaling pathway. And we would benefit from catalytic funds to test how this new therapeutic idea relates to beta-catenin targeting. And so my hope would be that in the years ahead, we have not just one, but 6, 7, 8, 9 therapeutic ideas for this disease. And as a community, we can test many of those ideas in combinations so that we can find the right 2 or 3-way combinations for every desmoid tumor research patient. Small amounts of funds are really needed to do this work in the laboratory so that we can design the right clinical studies.